Hey, happy hump day. Thinking of trying Google Meet. I don't know if that would be, I don't know if it's nice having not a big group, but I guess either way you'd have my audio stream and your audio stream of your group. So it's probably a push. I don't know. I'll ask the group when everybody gets here. Oh, I'll give you guys the form. As usual, wait till 8:45. Caveat, these questions were created by me. It might be hard, it might be super easy. I don't know. We will see. Who's here already? Nate Originals, you got it. Mostly about my elementary school teachers. Should be fine. You guys will be good at that. It was bound to happen, Andrew. Who won last week? Oh, it was the tie. That's right. You guys are terrible at tiebreakers. I'll give it a few more. I expect a few more people at least. I've been recommending this to everybody. Drink it. It's awesome. I like it. There was a last minute host question change. That's fine. It was worth changing. Yep. Hmm. Well, we might as well um, get going. Fewer people tonight, it looks like, but that's fine. Probably a lot of people bitter about Ratgate 2020. um, but we can always repeat questions if people are slow to get in here, as usual. The link is above. Does everybody have a copy of that? Everybody have it open, I mean? Let's get that back open. I'll put it in there one more time just in case. Well, Doug, I'm sure you'll dominate. You guys will do just fine. Yeah, so as I was mentioning a little bit ago, I put together these questions. First time that I have not used these supplied questions from Trivia Mafia. So hopefully they're not too hard. Hopefully they're not too easy, but we will see. We'll get started though. Category one is spuds. Um, you can't always buy just one or two potatoes. Sometimes you have to buy a giant bag, and I'll be going through that. And well, I won't be going through it. I will be waiting until they sprout and then throwing them away. It's the worst part of the pandemics by far so far. Question one, round one. Potatoes are in this gloomy family of plants. Reading that one again. Potatoes are in this gloomy family of plants. All right. Question number two. A hybrid plant was created that grows tomatoes above ground while the tubers grow below. What is the name of this plant? Read it again. A hybrid plant was created that grows tomatoes above ground while the tubers grow below. What is the name of this plant? All right, question number three. Spuds McKenzie was a popular advertising campaign for Bud Light in the late 1980s. What type of breed was Spuds? Spuds McKenzie was a popular advertising campaign for Bud Light in the late 1980s. What type of breed was Spuds? All right, moving on. The next question, number four. A tournée cut is a French technique for cutting root vegetables, including potatoes, resulting in a shape with precisely this many sides. A tournée cut is a French technique for cutting root vegetables, including potatoes, resulting in a shape with precisely this many sides. All right. Final question of the Spuds category. Spud Webb famously won the slam dunk competition in 1986 as a 5'7" guard. He would tower over by 4 inches the shortest player to play in the NBA. Name that player. Spud Webb famously won the slam dunk competition in 1986 as a 5'6" guard. That is really crazy. It's awesome. Good for him. He would tower over by 4 inches the shortest player to play in the NBA. Name that player. Okay, that was it for round 1. Does anybody have any requests for repeats in round 1? All right. Round 2, Teddy Roosevelt, the original badass. Before he was president, he was vice president under President McKinley. Before that, he was governor of this state. Before he was president, he was vice president under President McKinley. And before that, he was governor of this state. All right. Question 2, Teddy Roosevelt. While Teddy Roosevelt is famous for his conservation efforts and his connection with the national parks, the first national park was not created under his time in office. What president signed the bill making Yellowstone a national park? While Teddy Roosevelt is famous for his conservation efforts and his connection with the national parks, the first national park was not created under his time in office. What president signed the bill making Yellowstone a national park? All right, moving on to question number 3. Roosevelt's first wife died of Bright's disease, a malady of what organ? I'll get back to question 2 in a moment here. Rereading question 3. Roosevelt, is it Roosevelt or Roosevelt? Seems like it should be Roosevelt. I've always said Roosevelt. Roosevelt's first wife died of Bright's disease, a malady of what organ? And while you guys are discussing that one, question 2 again. What president signed the bill making Yellowstone a national park? It was not Teddy Roosevelt. All right, question 4 of Teddy Roosevelt. Roosevelt was the most famous member of the 1st United States Volunteer Cavalry, also known as this. Roosevelt was the first famous member of the excuse me, Roosevelt was the most famous member of the first United States volunteer cavalry, also known as this. All right, and the final question of Teddy Roosevelt, round two. So this is kind of a follow-up from the last question. That first United States Volunteer Cavalry fought to support American efforts in the Spanish-American War in what country? The aforementioned first United States Volunteer Cavalry fought to support American efforts in the Spanish-American War in what country? All right, any other needs for repeats in round two, Teddy Roosevelt? How are they feeling so far? Too easy? Not hard enough? Way too hard? Number two. While Teddy Roosevelt is famous for his conservation efforts and his connection with the national parks, the first national park was not created during his time in office. What president signed the bill making Yellowstone a national park? Allison Griffin. You want all of round one? Is that what I'm understanding? Round one, question one. I'll start there. No teddy bear questions. I didn't even think of that. Round one, question one. Potatoes are in this gloomy family of plants. Oh, potato family, Spuds the dog, Spud Webb. Maybe the Tournay cut. Did you get that one? I think that's probably it. Yeah, a tournée cut is a French technique. This is question number 4. A tournée cut is a French technique for cutting root vegetables, including potatoes, resulting in a shape with precisely this many sides. I love the boo reference. It's a fantastic piece of late 90s, early 2000s slang. Nicely done. All right. Any other repeats needed? Perhaps, Nate and Eli, we will have a teddy bear round sometime in the near future. Coming up with the categories actually seems harder than it should be. All right, round 3. Many of you know I like a good mixed drink. Here are 5 lists of cocktail ingredients. I'll list the ingredients, you name the drink. So if I said vodka, cranberry juice, triple sec, and lime, the correct answer would be a cosmopolitan. And these are all cocktails created during the Roaring 20s. You got it, Tom. I'll save that for the very end. So if it is a pre-prohibition drink like the old fashioned, it would not be a correct answer. So these are all things that were created about 100 years ago. Starting with question 1. Rum, maraschino, not the cherry, grapefruit juice, lime juice, and sugar. So that's rum, maraschino liqueur, grapefruit juice, lime juice, and sugar. There might be some non-gentlemanly drinks, I'm not sure. But drink what you like. I think this might be one of the harder categories. Just saying. All right. Question 2, Roaring 20s cocktails. Gin, lemon juice, champagne, and sugar. Gin, lemon juice, champagne, sugar. I don't know what you have against the Tournai cut. It's, everybody here has had a little bit of French culinary school, right? Let's not go too far. It's not that witty. All right. Roaring 20s cocktails. Question 3. Cognac, lemon juice, orange liqueur, or triple sec? Cognac, lemon juice, orange liqueur, or triple sec? All right, two more cocktails. Question number 4, gin, lemon juice, and honey. Gin, lemon juice, and honey. And the final cocktail from the Roaring 20s, gin, lime juice, soda, as in club soda. Gin, lime juice, club soda. You guys feeling like that was a tough round? Any repeats needed? All right, we can go on to round 3. Wait, that was round 3, wasn't it? Yeah. Let me get you the image round momentarily. I guess first things first, we'll get you the second half answer sheet. All right, there's your second half answer sheet. And your image round is all about masks or helmets in some cases, and just pushing that a little bit with I think one is not either, but it's close. Where did my image round go? There we go. All of the questions were Kego Ice House. They were all tricks. All right, so yeah, the first link I just shared is where you will put your image round and the final, the second half answers. And the second link I sent is the image round itself, all about masks and comic book characters, basically. I'll look for your responses here. Looks like I have responses from 4 votes down, 17th Avenue Heartache, Hell Yeah, Trivia Like a Pirate Ships. There's rats and rigging. Deep cut there. Access denied. Sorry. All right. Mm-hmm. All right, give that a try. Change the permissions. All right, anybody that I'm still looking for responses for? Do we only have 4 votes down? 17th Avenue Heartache. Hell Yeah, Trivia Like a Pirate Ships. There's rats and rigging. Could be it tonight. All right. Oh, okay. I got one more team, Bros and Moes. So that's 5 teams. If anybody's missing, just keep going with it. I think I can just go back to it and we'll get that. Classic. All right, I am done grading. Oh, I think I got you. I think I got you, Nate and Eli. You were Bros and Moes, or Bros and Moss, one of the two. Yeah, I think I got you. So, looking at the wow, there was one team that just dominated. Good job, Bros. And wait, did I? No, I gotta change something. Hold up. Hold up. Okay. That makes more sense. All right. Hell yes, you guys need to give your teammates some flack. You guys were not so great tonight. Second to last is Bros and Moes with 6. And in third place, 4 votes down, with 8, and tie for 9 points for 17th Avenue Heartache and Trivia Like a Pirate Ship. So to go through the answers here, we have first question: the potato family is the nightshade family. You all got that one. The hybrid plant where tomatoes grow above ground and tubers grow below ground is the pomato, or also tomtato, or ketchup and chips, which is obviously the best of the 3. Spuds McKenzie was a bull terrier. I am sorry to say that nobody got the Tournai cut correct. That is a 7-sided little potato thing where they waste a whole bunch of potato to make it look pretty. It's very French and pointless. All of you knew that Muggsy Bogues was the shortest NBA player. I'd say a mixed bag on that first one. Not the easiest category. No freebies in there except for Muggsy Bogues, I guess. Almost everybody knew that Teddy Roosevelt was governor of New York, while just one of you knew that Ulysses S. Grant is was the president that brought Yellowstone into the national park system. Actually, initiated the national park system. Bright's disease is a malady of the kidney. Let me go back, Allie. The question 2. I just checked in on the notes. Yes, 3 people got that one. So back to school with your hybrid plants, I guess. All right, that malady is a kidney malady. That one was not easy. I apologize. Almost all of you knew that the Rough Riders were the group that Teddy Roosevelt was involved in, the cavalry. And then they went and fought in the Spanish-American War in Cuba. All right, so those classic cocktails. Number 1, which might be the only one I've had, is the Hemingway Daiquiri. Seabreeze, Singapore Sling, Drunken Sailor, the Hurricane, Pomelo, all good guesses, none correct. Question number 2 with champagne in it was the French 75. Question 3, I don't know if it looks like somebody put French 75 twice. Just put French 75 3 times. Never mind. Good strategy. I like it. Question 3 with cognac and lemon and sugar is the Sidecar, probably the most famous of all of these. And question 4, gin, lemon juice, and honey was the Bee's Knees. And one of you got that, so good job. The final question in that category was gin, lime, and club soda, and that was the gin Ricky. Any complaints on the Trivia Moe-fia original content? I don't really care if you do. I'm not gonna do anything about it unless there's something that's just wrong. All right. Do you need more time on the image round? Thank you. I think there's only a couple that nobody got, so I feel like sort of on the right level of difficulty. Maybe a little too hard. All right. Should I get moving on to the second half? Let's do it. All right. I need actually one moment. There we go. So, corona is from the Latin for crown. Time for a round of crown-related questions. Question 1. Poor Queen Elizabeth is not the richest royal. In fact, she isn't even in the top 10. Maybe she should start hawking her jewels. If she did sell her crown jewels, where would she have to go to get them? Poor Queen Elizabeth is not the richest royal. In fact, she isn't even in the top 10 worldwide. Maybe she should start hawking her jewels. If she did sell her crown jewels, where would she have to go to get them? All right, question number 2. Seagram created and owned this brand until they were sold to Diageo, which also owned Smirnoff, Johnny Walker, and Guinness. Seagram's created and owned this brand until they were sold to Diageo, Diageo, who also owns Smirnoff, Johnny Walker, and Guinness. All right, question 3 in crowns. Rolex and its famous crown logo are headquartered in this country. Rolex and its famous crown logo are headquartered in this country. All right, moving on to question 4 of crowns. I'll be very curious to see how this one goes. I think it could be really hard or it could be really easy. A crown was rescued from a fire in 2019 and was a representation of what very famous crown? A famous crown was rescued from a fire in 2019 and was a representation of what very famous crown? In the Netflix award-winning show The Crown about Queen Elizabeth II, this woman portrays the Queen. Who plays the Queen in the Netflix award-winning show The Crown about Elizabeth II? One sec. Well, I'll read the next question. No, it's a new category. So I have butchered many words in previous trivia nights. So I thought a category should be about mispronunciations. Round 5 is all about mispronounced cities and towns. I will name a town as it is supposed to be pronounced. I'll do my best. And you will spell it correctly. I have a team that's having some technical difficulties. I just want to see if there's any way we can resolve that. Well, I'll keep doing it during downtime. All right. Mispronounced towns and cities. First city is Worcester. It's a bit of an Irish accent. I apologize. It's supposed to be a Boston accent. Worcester. I feel like this is almost lightning round worthy. There's no reason for 45 seconds, is there? All right. Second one, Wilkes-Barre. Third question, La Jolla. La Jolla. All right. Number 4 in mispronunciations. My favorite. Sault Ste. Marie. Doug and Marie, I'm assuming you're going to get this one. Sault Ste. Marie. And the final city is Kissimmee. Kissimmee. All right, as you're working that out, let me know if any repeats are needed. Bouquet. Is that what you wanted me to say? Bouquet? What? You lost me on that one. All right, no repeats needed. We can move on to the final category of buildings. Everybody knows what a building is, so please repeat question 5. The city is Kissimmee. Kissimmee. I feel like a dictionary. Building. Yeah, build what? What? What's a building? All right. Question 1 of round 6. Buildings. 9 out of the 10 tallest buildings in the United States are in New York City or Chicago. What other city has a building in the top 10? I don't even remember what I poured in this, Andrew, but it's delicious. It'll come to me. Might not come to me. Oh, it's New Riff. New Riff, for the bourbon drinkers out there, New Riff single barrel is fantastic. Maybe not single barrel. It might be bottled and bond. Um, very, very good new bourbon. Better than most of the new stuff I've seen, especially the local stuff. They're out of Kentucky. Good stuff. All right. All right. Question 2 in buildings. This New York skyscraper was the first building in the world taller than 1,000 feet. I realize that's a bit arbitrary, the 1,000 feet. I'm going to add to that question. Okay. This New York skyscraper, built in 1930, was the first building in the world taller than 1,000 feet. Close to 333, give or take. Question 3 in buildings. Name either of the two buildings connected by the highest skyway in the Twin Cities. Name either of the two buildings connected by the highest skyway in the Twin Cities. There's two buildings, name one of them. Fair warning, I did not write the buildings questions. Actually, I did do one of them, but if they suck, then you have somebody else to blame. Question 4 in buildings. This country has 6 of the 10 tallest buildings in the world. This country has 6 of the 10 tallest buildings in the world. All right, final question. In what city would you find the Blue Mosque or Sultan Ahmad Mosque? In which city would you find the Blue Mosque or Sultan Ahmad Mosque? What city or country? We'll go country. In what country would you find the Blue Mosque or Sultan Ahmad Mosque? Get a bonus point if you get the city too. Any repeats needed on the second half? All right. Well, get your responses in. And I will get grading. Looks like we've got one already. Keep them coming. 2 in. I've got 17th Avenue Heartache and Bros and Moes. Oh yeah, mega round. Um, good point. I did forget the mega round. So I don't suppose that the two teams that already put in an answer did a mega round, but you let's. I don't know if there's an easy way to add that now. Yeah, no mega round needed this time. My mistake. I did like your Xena Warrior Princess answer in the mega round. I didn't see any of the others. We'll get the mega round next time. All right, looks like everybody's gotten answers in. The Blue Moss question might not have been as hard as I thought it was. That's good. I'm glad to see the shared brats were able to get things answered. Uh, you get extra points, Nate and Eli, for your who played the queen in the crown. My mistake. That's a rookie mistake. Your image round questions are fantastic, or responses, I mean. All right, give me a moment. Now that I've got everything organized, I'll grade quickly. So you know, Nate and Eli, almost nobody had trouble with the image round. Your questions or your responses are so good. Oops. You guys have awesome answers here. So how uh, I'm just catching up on the chat. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's the mega round is just a bummer. Sorry, I should have said something. You got to say something before the end of the sixth round, though. All right. One of the typos, or the mispronunciations and the spelling of the commonly mispronounced cities is a period critical. One of them has a period in it, and nobody put it. I think it's critical. I'm going to give it to nobody. Are you saying no, it's not critical? All right. Well, let's just go through the answers here. It didn't. Let's see if it matters. It did not matter. Did not matter at all. All right. So the image round, the first one was Iron Man. Second one of you, Trivia Like a Pirate Ships, got it. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but it might matter. It was Venom. The third one was Captain America. Fourth one was The Flash. I'm sorry, I'm starting over because I'm going to read Bros and Moe's responses. First one was Iron Man. Bros and Moe's put Xena, Warrior Princess. Number two is Venom. They didn't have as good of an idea there. Third one was Captain America. They put Captain Planet. Really close. Fourth one was The Flash. They put Your Mom. Fifth one was Batman, which everybody else got. I felt like it was an easy one. Maybe they got confused because they put that one for number 6, but they put, Jesus. Number 6, Green Lantern. Again, everybody got that except Bros and Moe's. That's where they put Batman. The last one was, or number 7, excuse me, was Thor. Only one team got that one. They put Marvin the Martian. Image 8 was Deadpool. They put Queen Elizabeth II. Number 9, I kept cropping this one because I found it too obvious. So most of you still got it. Wolverine. They put For Fuck's Sake. And number 10, just one of you got this one. I'd never seen this one before, but the H in his helmet was kind of present. That was Hawkeye. They put Kill Us Now. So nice job, guys. Okay, we'll go with the period is not critical, even though Trainer's being a little bit of a dick, as usual. So my big mess up is coming up in the crown round, but we'll get there when we get there. Question number 1: the royal family keeps the crowns in the Tower of London. Everybody knew that Seagram started Crown Royal, and that Rolex has a crown logo. Rolex and their crown logo are headquartered in Switzerland. So my favorite question was the crown that was rescued from Notre Dame, and I think most of you figured out that connection. And it was a representation of the crown of thorns. So not Biggie's crown, as one of you put. I accepted both possible answers for the representation of the Queen, Claire Foy and Olivia Colman. I'm going to give 2 points to Bros and Moe's for that one because they identified both of them and threw some shade at me for asking a question with too open-ended of a response possibility here. Worcester. There's no H in Worcester. Worcester. Everybody got Wilkes-Barre. Wilkes-Barre? Yeah. Everybody got La Jolla. And you guys want me to be ignoring that period after Saint in Marie, Sault Ste. Marie. So that is SAULT space STE period space MARIE. So a couple of variations on Saint there, but proud to see that Hell Yeah got it when I called them out for that. And all of you got Kissimmee correct. All right, the one of the 10 tallest buildings in the United States that is not in New York or Chicago is in Los Angeles. And the building built in 1930, that was the first building taller than 1,000 feet, is the Chrysler Building. Several of you put the Empire State Building. Close. One of you got the correct answer in the next question. The one of the two buildings connected by the highest skyway in the Twin Cities, that is the First National Bank and the Merchant Bank Building. Catching up on chat. Coming back to the answers here. All right. One of you got this one right too. This is a bit of a trick, not a trick question. It's not what it seems. The country that has 6 of the 10 tallest buildings in the world is China, not the United Arab Emirates, as most of you put. And then the Blue Mosque is in Istanbul, Turkey. Most of you got that right. So, very nice job by Shared Brats. They did not get a response in the first half, but they beat 2 teams. So they beat Hell Yeah, and they beat Bros and Moes. That's the bottom 3. Third place was four votes down. Second place with 27 points is the 17th Avenue Heartache. And the winner, trivia like a pirate ship's, that's Rats and Rigging. So good job. Way to get back on top. You spelling out redemption? Looks like redemption. You can save it. We got it. Like I said, that there was that one question that mattered for you guys. I think you were the only ones that got it. You were the only ones that got the bee's knees. So drink some more bee's knees and venom. Good job. All right. Well, good to hear that it's challenging. Maybe it's a bit too challenging, although I feel like the end ended up being fairly close. We'll see if I can pull together. Maybe I'll do every other week, since it takes me a little while to pull together questions. I'm slow on that. So also happy to let somebody else host if they feel like putting together some questions. Anyway, have a good night, y'all. Happy Wednesday.